You already know what time it is. The Real Relay Podcast in the building. We got a special guest in the building. What's going on, my bro?
DopeEntertainment.
Hold on, special guest in the building. You know what fucking time it is. We just got off the fucking plane from Miami. You know what fucking time it is? Yo, DopeEntertainment, 5 years in the game. Special guest. We only have the real ones on this shit. Real Relate. What's poppin', my brother? Give yourself a nice fat introduction right now.
What's going on, guys? What's going on? Appreciate y'all for having me. It's Ado, founder and CEO of DopeEntertainment.
Yes, sir. You already know. Yeah, he's like, you know what? I got the Scully on. I got the goose on. I'm ready to go. He's like, yo, demon time. I love that, bro. But thank you for coming on the podcast today, brother. I appreciate it, my man. 5 years strong with DopeEntertainment, and I don't want to take it away from Barbara. Go ahead, Barbara. You do your thing. I get too hyped up off the Coca-Cola. Man. That caffeine is crazy, man.
So I typically like starting off the podcast with a general question. Take it however you want, answer however you will. But Ado, who are you today?
Wow, it's a big question. I'm an entrepreneur at first. I'm a family man. Hustler. That's been my mindset. That's been how I was raised when I was growing up. So a lot of the things that have been the foundation of my upbringing have been brought into business and a lot of my other passions and interests.
Damn. Yeah, happy birthday, by the way.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that.
Happy belated, man. I love that. Y'all popped that shit off with Fetty Wap,
That shit
bro.
look crazy.
That shit was a movie, bro. He was like, hey, yo. He was like, yo, I need everyone to turn this shit up. I was like, okay, I appreciate that. You got Fetty Wap in the building.
Yep.
That's awesome. How you feeling today, man? How you feeling where Dope's at today? How you feeling about that?
It's good, man. It's definitely been a long journey. When I first started the company, I literally started it in my girl's house, right?
Yeah.
It just with no direction, just the idea of just wanting to celebrate dopeness, right? I think the word dope is used in so many different ways, and at that time, the word dope had a bad connotation, right? Yeah. Before where we are as a country today, right? With marijuana being legalized and things of that nature. But I wanted to just celebrate people and celebrate good things, right? And so, that vision turning into, what it is today where, we're able to have, myself to work full time and people in the next couple of years to be able to work full time in the business, right? Definitely happy with the achievements and how far we've come.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. And so you're gonna ask this earlier, like he quit his full time. You quit your full time job.
I saw that post on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean the thing is it's tough, right? Because you have to be smart about the process, right? You don't just cold turkey jump into something without understanding, is this sustainable enough to basically pay someone full time, right? And all the things that come with being a full time employee, right? Yeah. So I thought through it. I had a mapped out plan for 5 years to basically understand how a company like the size of HubSpot that was small, now a publicly traded company, understanding how they grew, right, and taking as much knowledge as I could, and then applying it to, hopefully getting our businesses as big as possible.
Yeah, you guys put on for a lot of people, man. Like you've given a lot of people opportunities. I really respect that about you. Yeah. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm a super fan. Fuck everything else. Like I reached out to you because I'm a super fan, and I'm a super fan not only just of you and yourself and your brand, but like even Dope and what you do in your platform and building that shit up, because I know how hard it is to do that, and I know what the sacrifices you had to make and the things you had to do to make that like achievable and make it successful. And quitting your job and doing that full time and making that like a full time thing is a dream for a lot of people. So you're a great role model for a lot of entrepreneurs coming up in the game, especially in the Boston area, where I feel like sometimes it could be, it's not Miami, it's not LA, it's not New York. You really trying to make it big here, and I appreciate that. And I think also with us too, like we understand how important the Boston scene is, but we do want to expand. So we spoke earlier about you want to expand Dope. What's like to the future, to the go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, thank you. I appreciate that. I think it's super. Sorry,
not to cut you off, but before you even talk about like expansion and all that, just for the people that are gonna watch this, what is Dope?
Yeah, absolutely. So Dope is basically a media and entertainment company. So entertainment comes in so many forms. It doesn't just have to be nightlife. It doesn't have to be just digital. There's a lot of facets in live entertainment, and then obviously the media aspect of it. So really at our core, we're an agency that connects millennial and Gen Z audiences to like-minded areas where they focus their attention. So what that means is, again, on the live side of it, the fun, the partying, right? And then on the back end is how do we help and monetize with brands that are looking to get in front of those audiences through our live entertainment, and then on the digital side, podcasts, TikTokers, all of these things that are coming about. So the reason why we've brought in, right, to a media and entertainment company is we're agnostic of how we can provide entertainment to our consumers, right, and then to our the brands and companies that we work with on the back end.
Wow, you're very well spoken.
Yeah, I was about to say, God damn, man, I'm fucking learning in
All
class.
those years at HubSpot, huh?
I'm like, yo, this man came in.
I
He's
had
like,
to whip out a thesaurus in my head. I'm like,
he's like, yo, encyclopedia. I got a dictionary. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, bro.
he's an agnostic.
What's your background? Like, where are you from? First of all, before we go.
Yeah. So I'm originally from Uganda.
Okay.
I left there when I was 7, and I went over to the Netherlands, and then came over here at 8. Right. And then since then, been going to boarding schools my entire life, and playing sports. So that's kind of been the background.
Damn, what's your sport? What's your thing?
Soccer.
Okay, so
soccer player, or football for our English fans that are watching.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I like that. That's dope. And where'd you grow up? Like in Massachusetts?
Yeah, Watertown, Mass. That's always been home base, and then from there, the first prep school I went to was Hillside, and which was in Marlborough, Mass, and then went to Wilbraham and Monson Academy out in Western Mass as well too.
Oh, word. Okay, that's fucking sick. Yeah, I went to St. John's Prep in Danvers, Mass.
Okay.
And then we went to Providence College in Providence, Rhode Island.
Oh, dope.
That's awesome. Dope. I feel like every time I would talk to you, I want to say dope, but like in a show, but I'm like, damn, it's kind of corny. You know what I mean? Like no pun intended, but that's crazy. But now can we talk about expansion now? I get excited. You know what I mean?
You get ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
Now tell us about the expansion of Dope, 5-year plan, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. I think first of all, it's super critical to have a plan, and as you think about expansion, right? I think you touched on this earlier, making sure that you can really spread your wings in one place before you think about growing it, because everyone talks about growth of just moving somewhere and just saying, hey, I can do this, right? There's an understanding that you have to go there, map out the surroundings, understand the consumer behaviors that are going on in that city, understand the competitive nature that's going on there, understand the dynamic of what these nightlife or these brands are looking for in certain areas, right? It is different, but our vision is to try to replicate what we're doing here, right, in multiple different hotspots in from an entertainment and live perspective, as well as a digital standpoint. Where we see a lot of media content creators, right, are in the hotspots, Miami, LA, all these different places. So our goal is to try to go infiltrate like in those areas first, and then go to other markets that are less known to be a media center or a place where people go out a lot. Our hope is to kind of bring that entertainment and that dopeness to that city.
The whole dope network, man. He's like trying to take over the world.
Trying, man. One city at a time.
City by city.
Yeah, and so you try to go to Miami.
Yeah. So Miami has been something in the works for a while. So our model, right, just because the live entertainment scene there is super, super competitive, right? Mm-hmm. So we plan on approaching that and getting to that city in a very different way than how we were, boots on the ground here, where we literally grinded for 5 years before we even really established ourselves as even a recognizable brand to people. Yeah. In Miami, our goal is to really leverage on content creators, right, to partner with them to grow the brand and to make it recognizable to other people, and then from there really get into the live entertainment as more of as a marketing company, right, instead of as a promotional group, coming in on the back end to help with building nights or operationally marketing or branding themselves to align with a certain demographic. For us, we really want to work with, live entertainment companies or hospitality brands that want to get in front of the college and Gen Z audience, right? That's what we specialize. So we have to look for those partners out there that are looking to do that. And so that's where we would come in more on a marketing side to get in front of that, help them get in front of that audience.
I was going to say, being in the Boston area too, is there any competition with Big Night Entertainment?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's definitely crossover, right, with a ton of different companies that are privately held or whatever their internal processes are. But we like to focus on what we do and our process, and we're head down, just grind and focus on how we build our infrastructure, because everyone has a different process. But our goal is to be the biggest possible and to be the best in Boston, and I think we're doing that.
He's like, fuck them. That's a long way to say. That's a long way to say fuck them. I love that. No, but like, you need that bravado, you need that energy, you need that shit, man. Because at the end of the day, like, you're right. You're gonna always have the big companies. You're always like Big Night Live or Big Night Entertainment or like fucking Dell, Microsoft, or some of these big ass companies that do shit, or like a Call Daddy for podcasting and shit, like Fresh and Fit. All these guys, but it's like, okay, bro, that's the competition. That's in the pool. I don't give a fuck. How can we stand out? And how can we attack this market? How can we expand? How can we network? Be conscious of that, but don't let that bring you down or like think I can't do this. Is impossible.
Absolutely.
You know
I mean, the worst mistake you can do is worry about other people, right? If you start to emulate what everyone else is doing, and my brother told me this: the moment that like you're swimming, right, and you take a breath of air and you're looking to see where it's at, you just one less stroke that you could have taken to further yourself instead of worrying about everybody else. So yeah, I realized you need to have a competitive edge to be in the entertainment and even in the hospitality space, but you just need to worry about your product and what you deliver and making it that good that it doesn't matter what everyone else is doing, right? Yeah. Like, I don't worry about what they got over there. I worry about what we have, and I think that's why we've been able to see, the success that we've seen thus far, and hopefully it continues.
And do you feel like, what's a personal goal that you have for Dope, regardless of everything else? Like, what's something deep down that no one really like what's something that you really want to take out of it?
Yeah, I think what you just said, right? I don't even want there to be a name, right? When you think of Boston, you should think Dope first.
Damn.
That's a goal, right? And hopefully that's a goal for everyone else, right? Yeah. But that's my personal goal, is to create an environment that creates excitement, fun for internal people that work for us, but also external, right? When you think about the word dope, it means it's dope. Like, I don't know how better else to describe it. It's a vibe, right? And so that's the company culture we want to create, but also the experience for our partners, vendors, and consumers.
He's like Ado's like, listen, it's gonna be the TD Garden, it's gonna be the Celtics, it's gonna be the Bruins, the Red Sox, and Dope Entertainment. That's all it is. Those are the names you think of Boston. Yeah. I love, and like, so I'm moving to Miami and I'm doing my thing out there. I would love to get in contact with you and see how we can help each other out and help that growth out. You know what I mean? I think that's great, because we're going to both be small fish in a massive pond.
Absolutely.
And we got to find a competitive edge to, come on, get this guy out of here. Not get this guy out of here, but more like
corner our lane.
Exactly.
Yep.
And just do your shit. You know what I mean?
Find your niche.
Yeah, exactly.
Find your niche and just do what you want to do and have fun, man. I would say, what's something you would say to someone that is like starting out, like right now? Maybe you like 10 years ago, or like 8 years ago,
5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I think the most important thing is try everything in the beginning, right? Before you zero in and say, hey, this is exactly what I want to do. It's like growing up, right? Your mom and dad, right? Or, your caretakers tell you, hey, you have to do this. You have to be a lawyer. You have to do this. No, it's not that. It's go try everything in college. Go, after school, go take every job so you can learn what you liked, what you didn't like, right? And then if you're hoping to start a business, right, take the experiences from all those different things and try to apply to that, and just literally just focus on doing the best as possible and letting everything kind of map together over time, right? But along the way, you are going to learn a ton of different things, right, within those experiences that will help shape where you want to go in the future.
What would you say was the biggest challenge you felt throughout your 5 years your success? What was the number one, like getting people together, financial? What was the biggest hurdle that you had to jump over?
Motivating people, right? I think when you're starting out, it's overwhelming when you're taking on everything, and the moment that you have to motivate someone to love it as much as you do, right? You really have to find intrinsically what does that person care or align with your business that makes them happy or want to join forces with you. So I think motivating people and making sure that you align, all energies, if you will. And then also letting go, right? When you get to a business, obviously we're still a startup, right? But when you get to the size where we are, and how fortunate we are to get to where we are today, you have to let go and let people control and do things. And when it's your baby, right? Like you worry about so many different things, but you have to understand that these people, you trust them and they're going to do the right things or make the best decisions they can for the betterment of the business.
Yeah, that's a big thing. It's like making sure like it's like, Real Relay is my thing.
Yeah.
And like our thing and like Dope is like your thing. And like there's always gonna be different levels of how you care for things. And sometimes you need to be like, hey, listen, Barbara, I know you got the moderation, you got this down. You know what I mean? I gotta trust you to know that you're gonna be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta trust certain people and what they're doing.
Absolutely.
If you don't have that trust, you don't have that flow, it's just gonna fucking crumble.
I mean,
what I mean?
trust is the biggest thing in business, right?
Yeah.
Like if you don't trust in any part of your business, whatever business you own, it's going to be very hard to actually grow and grow the right way.
I feel you, bro. And we have someone in common, actually. We have trusting people, Catherine Barfay.
Oh, superstar.
KB.
Superstar.
Incredible with the graphics. Shout out to KB in the building.
100%.
Incredible with the graphics. Linked us up.
Yep.
Awesome. I'm like, bro, super fucking star, bro.
Yeah, I mean, what I can say on her, I don't think we are where we are without the branding and her understanding where we want to go and having that trust to for her to create aspects of how we want to be portrayed in front of our consumers and our clients and so forth. I think it's super important thing, and one point to just call out that level of trust.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Yeah.
Barbara, you got anything?
Nah, man, that's dope.
Damn, see what I mean? Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
There it is.
You see what I'm
I
saying?
didn't intend you to do that. I was just gonna say that I look forward to one day seeing on the New York Stock Exchange DopeE as a ticker symbol.
Imagine.
I feel like Wall Street Bets would just send that to the moon just because it's dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Look, I think there's definitely a lot of things that we're gonna have to do, and I don't even know if it's in the cards to want to be a publicly traded company, right? I think for us, my goal is, like I said before, create an environment that people love and can feel that like level of energy and vibe, right? That again, that word dope embodies, right? And then also for our consumers, and wherever that lands, it lands. But yeah, I mean it's a good goal to strive for, and hopefully we get there.
At the end of the day, to land the plane, we want to see you succeed.
Absolutely.
We want to see you succeed more than anyone else, period. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're fans, and we want to see you bring the shit to the moon. The photos that you post and the things that you do and the outreach that you have really does, whether you realize it or not, affects people. And affects definitely people like us. When we see you post shit and we see you going hard, that makes me want to go hard too. Pause. But I'm saying, like, honestly, that's that spider cut shit that got me going crazy.
Yeah.
But like, honestly, man, at the end of the day, like, thank you for being you. Thank you for going hard. And keep going hard and don't stop. Don't stop going, because at the end of the day, you never know when a bunch of goofballs like us watching you want you on a podcast and want to see you fucking to the moon. You know what I mean? And hopefully we stay in contact. And now you're part of the Real Relay family, so welcome.
Absolutely.
And we want to see how
you.
we want to take you to that next level, to that next step. Because the harder you go, it means we right behind you.
Absolutely, man.
100%.
That means the world to me and on our team. And I think it's very important to call out. Obviously, none of this is possible without our entire team. Obviously, there's a list of people that I won't go through and shout out individually, but literally everyone that makes it happen. Thank them. Thank you guys. And also, I appreciate you guys having us on your platform. I see what you guys are doing. Trust me, I pay attention. As a media company, we got to know who's in the space.
We're a bunch of fucking clowns.
Nah. Listen, you guys have built a platform, right? And people listen to you guys. You guys have had some dope guests on.
See what I mean?
Yeah, there it is. But no, seriously, it doesn't. People don't really understand like the commitment even to just come in here, right? To be in this office building. There's expenses to that, right? You guys putting your time to do what you're doing, right? There's value that you guys are putting out there in the world. And, obviously you guys have built a dope platform, and I appreciate you guys having me on.
Hell
For
yeah,
real.
bro.
Yeah.
For sure.
man.
And this is the
Mic
first.
drop.
It ain't gonna be the last for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be back on.
I wanna get this shit in Miami down there. Get you on with the shades on,
Yeah.
the chain out, and just being like, yo, bro. Remember we had that first quick convo? We were like, yeah, this shit was kind of a movie. Now we out in Miami. I appreciate it, bro. But at the end of the day, we do gotta land a plane. We do gotta wrap it up. Barbie, got any last things you want to say? Anything?
Nah, Real Relay family, Dope Entertainment. Boston is only getting better.
Yes, sir. Ado's in the building.
Ado in the building.
Ado in the building.
What venues can we find you guys at?
Geez, there's a ton, but our main clubs: Hava, Icon, Venue, Nashville, and then there's a list of unlimitless bars that we have access to in Boston.
Well, there you go. You guys heard it there from the man himself. You'll see Dope Entertainment in those clubs. Boston's getting better.
When you think Boston, come in for a second. If you listen to me on Spotify right now, on Apple, when you think Boston, you think Dope Entertainment. And if you think something else, man,
You thought wrong.
you thought wrong. Have a great fucking day. Season 3 Real Relay, we're not fucking done. It's over. Deuces, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, subscribe, comment. Man, tell your girl to get on this shit too. Deuces. That's it.